Yeah, hi. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. I can't drink this magically at the moment because I'm fasting. Well, it's like right now, like almost like about an hour and a half, sort of. I'm recording this on Monday. Right now, it's 6:30. I just finished with class, and I think I will upload this perhaps on a Thursday. I might upload this later this week, but today we're gonna do a sort of thoughts on WWE's new latest list of stupidness, and because of this list, it just makes me think like, wow, how bad the last decade of wrestling has been. It's just could probably get worse. You know what I mean? So WWE did a list of the top 20 greatest WWE title changes of the last decade, or the 20 greatest changes of the last decade, basically. And okay, you have seen on the video. Basically, okay, I'm reading this from Cage-Side Seats, but this is official by WWE. Yeah, looking back on the decade, you just can. It goes to show like, wow, wrestling has been shit, and it just goes to show also like the past decade of WWE titles, like fucking the WWE champions we had past decade was shit. Like, you know, I mean, some were decent. I mean, the early days, definitely it's better than this, you know, like, than currently. Like, fuck, it just goes to show, like, so the early days of PG, fucking, back in, like, the PG era, like, well, 2011, 2010, at least you had still some sort of wrestlers that people care about. But now we got, like, literally wrestlers that don't give a shit. I mean, at least we have a credible champion currently, but just got, like, the middle of, like, it's just fucking shit, but, like, here's the thing. The fact that some of the, like, reality is, the way how this is listed, you got things that are higher than other. It's retarded. It's so random and stupid. And obviously, number one is fucking sickening. All right, so we're gonna talk about it. Number 20, Brock Lesnar defeats John Cena at SummerSlam 2014. This should honestly like been like number one. And the reason why I say number one, or fucking even at least top 5, is because for God's sakes, like, if you remember when you were watching this match, fucking, this was literally a fucking squash match. It was literally John Cena jobbing to Lesnar, fucking Lesnar destroying Cena. That's fucking great. That's what people loved. And it was great that this happened because Lesnar, literally, after breaking the streak, it was 16 minutes of pure amazing. Just Lesnar being a fucking monster. And the fact that this is number one, because this was really impactful. And the fact this is number one is fucking retarded. But yeah, guess what? Okay, so this is not high enough, but yeah, apparently, like, this was not high enough because there's obviously things that are better, right? There's better wins. Like, number 19, Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt winning the title in the Elimination Chamber. Which, by the way, that was the debut of the stupid PG chamber where they didn't have it. They had like padding and shit like that. And not only that, it was like literally Bray Wyatt's like that was like the most irrelevant version of Bray Wyatt. Like literally Bray Wyatt, he was like losing to Jarvis. All of a sudden, because of their stupid feud they were doing with Orton, he won the fucking WWE title out of nowhere. Okay. Yeah, that's way to push Bray Wyatt when he was like really irrelevant. The guy was literally like ruined. He was damaged goods, and you're gonna give him the fucking title when people like didn't give a shit, and people would rather honestly see like Cena versus Orton at that time, or people wanted to see Cena versus Taker that time for the WWE title. But let's give it to fucking Bray Wyatt. Great. And the fucking Box Ghost Chamber match. That match was not even good, people. Okay, don't be this bullshit. Number 18, Rey Mysterio defeats The Miz. Which eventually he just loses the fucking title later that night to Cena. I wonder why wasn't that on the fucking same list? Like, why isn't fucking that match? Because think about it, that was actually one of the few times John Cena versus Rey Mysterio happened. That was actually a good match. And then you have CM Punk return. I understand why that wasn't on the list. That was impactful. But whatever. This is actually not bad. Like, if you're going with like matches that like certain title wins, because like maybe there weren't too much, I get it, but like if you had to have it, it's fine on this list, but really better than Brock Lesnar, come on. 17, Drew McIntyre defeats Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 36. As much as I didn't like it at that time, it did help McIntyre. 5 minutes, even though I thought it was stupid, 5 minutes. But, I mean, it helped McIntyre. He became a star, somewhat. Even though, don't get me wrong, Raw is shit. He's like the right person in the wrong time because everything is shit. But, like, he's, you know... It deserves on the list, I guess, but really there's and it kind of, if you think about it, this should have been way higher, and especially with the Lesnar defeating Cena shit. But now it's like you got a lot of stupid shit that's better. 16, Daniel Bryan defeats AJ Styles on a SmackDown when he turned heel. I mean, it helped Daniel Bryan. It did help him become a better character. But, like, really better than a lot of these lists? I don't know what to tell you. Whatever. 15. Randy Orton defeats Drew McIntyre inside Hell in a Cell in the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view, and he just loses 2 weeks later. Thinking about it, it would have been probably so much better. Or if they weren't going to do it, maybe, like, it would have been great to have, if, you know, for the WWE title, maybe you could have had Orton kept the title. Maybe they could have an Edge versus Orton for the WWE title at WrestleMania. But it is what it is. I mean, I'm still glad we got Edge versus Reigns versus Bryan. You know what I mean? But this was not... I mean, it's okay. Honestly, if you included also the... When he won the title after when Bryan won it at SummerSlam, that would have been impactful too. That's honestly more impactful than him defeating McIntyre. But whatever. 14, AJ Styles defeats Jinder Mahal on SmackDown. I believe that was like a taped SmackDown because they were in the UK. I mean, good. Like, Styles ended the fucking misery of Jinder Mahal. It was like, what else? You know what I mean? Like, who really cares? It's like, fucking whatever. 13, Bobby Lashley defeats The Miz to win his first WWE title, which just happened just months ago. This should be on the list, and it kind of should have been higher. Because, you know, Bobby Lashley finally wins the fucking WWE title. So really, this is like, not... Apparently, there's other things that are better. 12, Roman Reigns defeats Dean Ambrose in that tournament they had when he won the fucking title in his first time. If anything, what's more impactful, what should have been on this list, was him defeating Sheamus on that Raw. That was more impactful. If he had that, honestly, that was more impactful than fucking this. So, and besides, I believe I remember a lot of people liked that moment when he actually won on the Raw, especially when Mr. McMahon, because it was good. That was actually something you can care about. This is just like, you knew Reigns was gonna win, but shit all happened. Besides the Sheamus cash, which is, I believe, on this list for some reason, but whatever. 11, CM Punk defeats John Cena in Money in the Bank. Honestly, if you think about it, this should be top 5, or at least number 1. Actually, because, think about it, it was fucking really big when CM Punk won this. I get it. CM Punk, he's one of the smarky wrestlers. He helped make the Smarks what it is today. But if you really think about it, this really was that big of a moment for the WWE title and was one of the biggest WWE title wins in history, especially in this past decade. I mean, whatever. What up? Like, honestly, really, if you think about it, only like 5 moments, only like 5 of this list is like the only thing worth mentioning because everything was shit. 10, Drew McIntyre defeats Randy Orton to Raw after the Hell in a Cell where he won the WWE title back. It's fine. It's fine. I mean, the only moment I remember is that's when he debuted his sort of badass entrance with the sword. That's all I really know, kind of remembered, Number 9, Sheamus defeats Roman Reigns at the fucking Survivor Series, really? This is higher than a lot of... that was a joke, because Sheamus was a goofball. He was losing to jobbers, and all of a sudden became Money in the Bank. He became the fucking winner of the title. Like, really? This is just fucking shit, Number 8, Brock... this should be number 1. Or even fucking top 5. Or number 2. Fucking Brock Lesnar should be fucking number 1. It's both his fucking wins. And fucking Yeah, I don't know. And even CM Punk. Fucking, this should have been number 1 or number 2. Fucking Brock Lesnar. 8 seconds. It fucking ending the shit reign of Kofi Kingston. But yes, Marks got angry when he won the title because, oh, it's Brock Lesnar winning the title again, or they think Kofi shouldn't have lost. Like, are you fucking kidding me? Kofi Kingston fucking didn't draw any reigns for SmackDown. Kofi Kingston didn't draw for shit. It was a joke that he won a title, especially when he's been a jobber for so many years. And look at him now. He's still a fucking jobber. It was a joke that he became WWE Champion. Okay? And if you can say, oh, you're being racist, well, guess what? Why don't I not mind Bobby Lashley winning the title, huh? And he's the champion now. It's good that Bobby Lashley won the fucking title. And it's better than Kofi Kingston. He should have been the fucking first black champion. Or fucking, actually, Booker T should have been the first black champion. Then maybe Mark Henry, you know, fucking Bobby. They should have all been black WWE champions. Okay, let's be honest here. They're better than Kofi. 7. Oh, you know, speaking of what else should have been number 1 and maybe way higher, Triple H. Triple H winning the fucking title at 2016, the Royal Rumble. That should be way higher. I remember loving that moment. That was fucking badass. Okay? Because fucking, who gives a shit? Like fuck these smarks. They wanted Styles to win in this fucking debut. Like, really? They wanted Ambrose to win? Like, why? So we can get brother versus brother? Because they were hyping, you know, yo, you're my brother. You're my brother. You want to fucking butt fuck each other? Oh, yeah. Like, nah. Fuck off. Man, this should be way higher. But apparently what's better than this is Jinder Mahal. Really? Number 7, Jinder Mahal? Winning the fucking... That was a joke. That's what led to the fucking WWE title being a jobber title. Or fucking being irrelevant. Because for God's sakes, literally, and that started the whole jobbers winning the fucking title shit. The fact that... Or actually Bray Wyatt, let's be honest. Fucking... But Jinder Mahal, the fact that you have wrestlers just because... I get it, yeah. You need wrestlers to be fucking big and shit like that. But the guy had fucking tits, okay? Really, the guy has fucking man boobs. Don't give me this shit, oh, I have man boobs. No, it's fucking... Nah, I got popping pecs, motherfucker. It's fucking legit, like, nah. I don't got tits, okay? But for God's sake, look at the guy. The guy literally, oh, I work hard for this body. No, you didn't. You fucking took fucking steroids, you motherfucker. Alright? At least I admit that I use per hormone, okay? But for God's sakes, Jinder Mahal, he literally got pushed out of nowhere. He returned after, like, where the fuck? How long he left? And he all of a sudden became the fucking WWE champion, which was a joke. It didn't this shit all for fucking India, because no one fucking cared. Okay? People in India care about John Cena and Roman Reigns. Okay? John Cena come to India, or fucking, you know, Roman Reigns. I will be saying like that, you know? I'm not Indian, though, really not, though, and I don't give a shit about them. But at least they fucking people give a shit about those guys. Especially with now currently Reigns. He's a great heel. God. Fucking Jinder Mahal, the worst WWE champion ever, and what helped kill the WWE title. It killed the WWE title, really. Just having jobbers winning it. Number 5, The Rock defeating CM Punk, winning the title. That's fine. That's fine. It's okay. It's fine. Cena defeating Styles at the Royal Rumble, that's fine. I don't think it should have been that high, but okay, it's fine. I mean, that was a good match. It was good, 16-time champion, but yet he lost it in a month to fucking Bray Wyatt. Like, really? That should have been, like, maybe, like, kept the title on Cena, and then you could have finally done Undertaker versus Cena, you know? I mean, I'm not hating what they did. I mean, listen, I don't mind Reigns versus Undertaker. That happened. That originally, that was going to be Undertaker's last match and shit like that. It's fine. If you really want to do a proper Cena-Taker match, that would have been great. You know what I mean? Like, looking at it back now, you know? By the way, I want to also mention this. The idea that fucking Cena versus Taker, they didn't have a rematch since 34 is kind of, like, dumb. I mean, it would make sense storyline-wise. After Cena calling out Taker at 34, right? Kept calling him out, and then he got squashed. It made sense for him getting squashed, by the way. For you people that got angry that Cena got squashed, it made sense, because for God's sakes, he kept calling him out and shit like that. Fucking Undertaker Cena got what was coming for him. It would have made sense, maybe eventually they had a rematch, perhaps at the next year WrestleMania, which I believe both of them didn't even have a match that year. You know, why not? They had a match. Or fucking even, you could have done at a Saudi show even. Or fucking at least have a SummerSlam. Something. A big fucking match for our pay-per-view. It would have been great. You know, it would have been great for them having that rematch. And they'd have a proper long match and shit like that, you know? Or at least the rest of me. But yeah, that's just want to point that out. Number 3. Yeah, we got the Miracle Bourbon Street. Daniel Bryan winning the WWE title. I mean, if you had to have it on, sure, it's big, but really, like, if you look at it now, it killed the ratings. It killed people caring about WrestleMania or wrestling in general. Literally, the ratings fucking went down when Bryan became champion and being fucking both men. And especially was injured and shit like that. Like, come on. It's Super Bryan. Number 2, Seth Rollins defeats Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns. Okay, I get it. It was a big moment. The first time of the Money Bank cash in at WrestleMania. It's big, right? It's a big moment. But look what happened too. Seth Rollins was a boring WWE champion. The guy sucked as champion. You know, I know, I get it. Heels are cowardly, but it's like he was, like, for God's sakes, he was not even a credible heel. When you look at cool heels, look at Triple H. He didn't need help all the time, and if anything, if he won, he would cheat like to win, yeah, but he would do it in cool ways. Like and same thing with Edge, fucking other great heels. They would even use a steel chair. They would use the title belt and shit like that. And Seth Rollins literally had to rely on J&J security. Really? And fucking Rollins had to keep running at I'm evil. It was fucking dumb. Seth Rollins was one of the worst champions before Jinder Mahal. Ratings was falling down. And number 1, I already know what this is. Kofi Kingston defeating Daniel Bryan. Apparently is the greatest moment, is the greatest title reign or greatest title win in this past decade. Really? Kofi Kingston? KofiMania! Who fucking cares? Kofi Kingston. I get it. It's supposed to be some emotional, happy moment. But what the fuck are you doing? You wonder why wrestling is a joke. Why fucking the WWE title became a joke. Why people view the Universal title more as a fucking credible title. Especially when it's on Reigns now. I'm not hating on Lashley. But, you know, he's trying. But for God's sakes, when you